What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, and today you're joining me as I cover WWE Monday Night Raw from September 15th, 2025, live in Springfield, Massachusetts. This is the go-home Raw before WWE WrestlePalooza. And kicking off Raw, we see the Usos arriving backstage, and LA Knight runs up to them and shoves Jey Uso. And Raw manager Adam Pearce shows up and demands that all three of them meet in his office. And a very chaotic start to Raw here. We're seeing the fallout from the attack last week from Jey to LA Knight. So we're definitely going to see how that plays into later on in the night. But interesting opening for Raw here. We then see John Cena come out, and of course, Cena is from West Newbury, Massachusetts. So, of course, having him in Springfield, Massachusetts was a huge pop for Cena here. He talks about how he played a whole lot of years playing football at Springfield College. And he says, at WrestlePalooza, Brock Lesnar wants to end the last real champion. Lesnar is very intimidating, controversial, and damn near invincible. Um, I fought Brock Lesnar before, and it's the toughest fight I've been in. People ask why I don't say no to the challenge. If I say no, I can keep my health and ask for a favor. Saying no is smart. I only got 6 appearances left, but saying no is easy. I say yes because I am the last real champion and I fight my battles in this ring. This is a chance to make magic. Am I afraid of Brock Lesnar? Yes, I am. Can I fail? Yes. Will I give up? Hell no. Uh, we will take the fight to the beast because that's what we do this Saturday. The final showdown between two generational talents. My jorts are stronger than your jeans, and on Saturday, I'm ready for war. You want some? Come get some. So very strong words here, John Cena. Definitely fighting words. Telling Brock Lesnar that his jorts are better than his jeans and that he's afraid of Lesnar, but he's not going to give up and he's going to give it his all. Now, I don't think Cena has good chances in this match. When you're fighting someone like Brock Lesnar, you don't want to have a good guy. You're going to have to bring it all. Cena has fought Lesnar before in the past, but Cena's going to really have to bring something different to this match. He can't just do his good guy moves. He's going to have to do some tricks to defeat the Beast because Brock Lesnar is fucking unstoppable. He's huge, and John Cena has a big challenge ahead of him. And we don't hear from Brock tonight, but we will on SmackDown. I'm excited for this match. Let me know in the comments. Are you looking forward to Cena and Lesnar? And who do you think is going to win at WrestlePalooza? For me, this did get me a little hooked because Cena does look ready, but I kind of wanted more of a backstory to this, but it's okay. Moving on, we see Adam Pearce with Jey Uso and LA Knight. They argue. LA Knight wants to team up with Jimmy Uso against Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, and Jey Uso is really pissed about this. So we're starting to see LA Knight sort of become a sort of foil to the Usos, it looks like. Our first match of the night, we have Lyra Valkyria taking on Roxanne Perez with Raquel Rodriguez in Roxanne's corner. Roxanne drops Lyra head and back across the ring post and pounds on her. Lyra hits a gut wrench sit out powerbomb for a 2 count. And then Lyra gets the win after a Nightwing. Immediately following the match, Raquel lands a big boot to Lyra. Roxanne hits Pop Rocks. And then Bayley returns. She runs out and attacks Roxanne and Raquel. Bayley then gets a weird like switch moment where she starts to like move her head around and she runs out and hugs the announcer. She hugs the ring announcer. She hugs the commentators, everybody, and she runs backstage. So good match between Lyra and Roxanne. They work really well together, but I was happy to see Bayley come out. This new gimmick is interesting because she's playing the role of like crazy. She's sort of switching like bipolar. We don't know what's going on here, but I like this. Good match between Lyra and Roxanne, but Bayley is who we're talking about after this match. We see Stephanie Vaquer and Iyo Sky shake hands before their match. Asuka and Kairi Sane show up, and Asuka tells Stephanie Vaquer she will fight Kairi Sane later on tonight. We then see LA Knight talking to Jimmy Uso, and LA Knight tells Jimmy that he chose him as a partner, and Jimmy tells LA Knight to find someone else. So Jimmy Uso drawing that line in the sand, telling LA Knight, listen, like, I'm not going to work with you. You're attacking my brother. It ain't going to happen. Then we see Penta defeat Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods and Grayson Waller after a Mexican destroyer. I really don't care about this stuff. I don't even want to spend a little bit of time talking on it because I really don't give two flying fucks. We're going to move right along. Jey Uso's on his cell phone saying he's got an idea to run by whoever is on the other line. It's probably Roman Reigns. Jimmy shows up and Jey tells him that he needs to say no to LA Knight. It's only about family. And then Jimmy says, I'm not taking orders from you. Last time I checked, there's no Lafala around your neck. So, damn, Jimmy did not like being told what to do by his brother Jey there. That was a interesting dynamic there. And then we see Jimmy used to go back and tell LA Knight, you know what? I will team with you. So, interesting dynamics here being brought to the forefront on Raw. We then have Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch and the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. They come out and they say they're not going to talk about people behind their backs like CM Punk does. And that's when CM Punk and AJ Lee come out. And CM Punk basically says, "Who's the man here? You know, you talk about behind your back. Look at you goofs, you look crazy." And then we just see them talking about how Seth Rollins basically saying that, what's it going to be like when you lose? And he makes a threat to AJ Lee saying that, like, when CM Punk loses or he gets mad, he ends up leaving places. And he basically tells AJ Lee that CM Punk is going to leave her if they lose. And then AJ Lee gets mad by this and she slaps the shit out of Seth Rollins. And then it looks like Seth wants Becky to do something, but Becky leaves the ring. And then Rollins attacks Punk. They fight on the floor. And then we see Becky Lynch run back in the ring and lay out AJ Lee with a manhandle slam. And I knew this needed to happen because the past couple weeks, CM Punk and AJ Lee have had the advantage. One thing that was interesting about this promo was that AJ Lee brought up the fact that her neck isn't in great shape. So I wonder how that's going to play into the mixed tag match on Saturday. Who do you guys think is going to win this mixed tag match at WrestlePalooza? AJ Lee and CM Punk or Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins? I am so excited for this match. This is the match I'm most looking forward to for the card. I'm excited to see AJ Lee get back in there, but this is a good promo and it made me pumped. We then see the New Day attack Penta backstage with a steel chair. Again, I don't care. We then see El Grande Americano defeat Dragon Lee. After three El Grande Americanos appear, they distract Dragon Lee. El Grande applies a modified submission, and El Grande Americano gets the win. After all three Grandes make the finger point to each other. Crazy stuff in this match. A lot of stuff here with El Grande Americano. It's funny, but at the same time, I'm ready for something different here. We then see Lyra Valkyria backstage, and she hears Bayley arguing with someone in a dressing room. She's like screaming at them. Lyra opens the door, and no one is in the room. It's just Bayley by herself. And Lyra tries to talk to Bayley, and Bayley calls her an idiot and screams at her. Again, we're seeing this great personality develop with Bayley where we don't know what side she's going to switch to. We then see Stephanie Vaquer defeat Kairi Sane with Asuka after Stephanie lands a Devil's Kiss and the SVB, and Stephanie gets the win. After Stephanie calls up Asuka, Iyo Sky runs out and argues with Asuka and then shakes hands with Stephanie Vaquer. Iyo is going to fight Stephanie at WrestlePalooza, and I'm excited to see how that's going to be. Who's going to win the World Women's Championship? We'll find out this Saturday, but Asuka's definitely going to get her hands involved in that match. Iyo then backstage tells Asuka that she wants to win on her own. She doesn't want any help. We then see Judgment Day backstage. They're arguing with Dominic Mysterio about El Grande Americano getting involved in his matches. And Finn and JD basically tell Dominic, like, listen, you're on your own. Intercontinental Champion Rusev approaches Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio and says that he's next in line for a title shot. So, very good stuff here, and I'm excited to see if Rusev's going to take on Dominic Mysterio. Our main event, we have LA Knight and Jimmy Uso taking on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. A good tag match here. Braun Breaker spears LA Knight on the floor, and then Bronson Reed hits a jagged edge to to Jimmy Uso to get the victory for the division after Bronson, Reed, and Braun Breaker attack Jimmy Uso until Jey Uso runs out with a steel chair and attacks the heels. LA Knight grabs a chair, drops it. Jey Uso extends his hand to shake with LA Knight. They shake hands, but then LA Knight lays out Jey Uso with a BFT. And let me tell you, the Usos are not going to be happy. So I am very excited to see what's going to take place at WrestlePalooza. Decent episode of Raw. I didn't give a fuck about LA Knight getting involved in this. I know LA Knight is a great character and a good wrestler, but I don't give a fuck. He's not involved in anything at WrestlePalooza, but he has issues with the Usos. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what did you think of this episode of Raw. I did a quick recap here because I didn't think it was that good of an episode. What match are you looking for most WrestlePalooza? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell to stay notified when new episodes drop. We got Attitude Years. We're on the road to Royal Rumble 2001. WrestlePalooza is tonight. A lot coming your way, so make sure to subscribe and like that and hit that notification bell, everybody. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.